Howdy doody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode. Hello, players.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Let's just adjust some volumes a little bit because try and balance you all out. That seems just fine. So this will be a fun session. What with me not having a power cut today and doing all the prep that I needed to do just fine. So that's fine. Last time our group were in the middle of a hamlet in the middle of the woods, having escaped with near 100 refugees. Let's round it to 85 now. Were a few casualties. Yodicus rode away off into, well, not the sunset, but onto the horizon, and has headed back to Tarm with the road wardens, leaving Henrik, Lothar, Lazarus, and Jebediah, to try and keep these refugees alive. At last point, the plan was to move on back toward town, toward Tarm town, which was a couple of days' travel by foot, through pretty rough terrain. Gentlemen, you have been having a night's sleep. Morning does not arrive, as the sky remains as dark as it was when you first arrived at this town last night. Though you've been in bed or on a straw roll for long enough to know that the sun should be up. Who's first awake?
Sure, I'll wake up.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I'll wake up.
Henrik, what would you like to do to kick off your day?
Well, first of all, I think Henrik is going to go over to Jebediah, Lothar, Lazarus. You can see Lazarus has already woken up. And give Lothar and Jebediah a little shake. Wakey, wakey, boys. Rise and shine.
I sit up. What the hell? It's still dark out. Why are you kicking me like that?
Oh, well, it's I believe it's morning, despite appearances.
What?
Yes. The powers of evil and darkness, and well, there are a lot of trees, I suppose. We should get moving, nonetheless.
I throw my hands up in the air and sigh and shake my head and start to rise.
Well, I think we should go and see our erstwhile hosts and see who this guide is.
Yep, we should probably check in with the guard and make sure that everyone gets organised, no one runs off into the woods.
Indeed, it might
started.
It might also be worthwhile to see if anyone's in fighting form and has any sort of weapons, even a stick or a stone or anything might help.
Well, your friend from yesterday was doing pretty well.
Yes, well, maybe there's a few more like him in the crowd. No, a few more fighters might come in handy.
I wouldn't say no at this point.
Indeed. Perhaps you should have a word with your guard and start rounding people up and seeing who can do what.
Indeed.
Henrik.
Hello.
As you make your first steps to pursue these chores, something strikes you as unusual about your body. Your coin purse. It is particularly heavy.
Strange. I'll open it up, but I'm not going to put my hand inside, sort of hold it at arm's length and kind of have a look in it, because I'm a little bit sus at this point.
Okay. You open it up, take a peek, and there are rocks inside.
Oh my. I'll kneel down and sort of tip it out onto the floor.
Okay. You have Lothar next to you. Lothar, can you make me a willpower check, please?
Yep. Willpower, cool. Specifically willpower.
Cool, please.
Cool. Challenging, normal.
Challenging.
It's a good start.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that. Oh wow.
That's fine.
One of those.
Looking somewhat panicked, Henrik empties out his coin purse next to Lothar, and on the ground are a few small rocks.
Taken to trading in stone, Henrik.
Well, there were a few coins in here last night. Well, I'm afraid I don't seem to have any money on me anymore.
Well, the thief can't have gotten far.
Indeed. However, oh god, I don't think we can afford the time, though, can we?
Well, how much did you lose?
Oh, not much, because most of it was banked. Only a few silver.
It's up to you. I can ask the guard, or if you're not too worried about the loss, then
Well,
enjoy your pebbles.
indeed. Well, a souvenir, I guess. I'll pick the pebbles up and put them all back in the bag. Besides, if it looks full, it still does the job sometimes, if you know what I mean. Give him a quick wink.
I'll wander off in the direction of the guard.
Okay. Lazarus? Jebediah's rousing next to you. What are you up to with your moments before you set off? Seems that Henrik is alongside Lothar, heading off to meet the guard.
Well, if we're leaving soon, I would probably just be checking my gear. Making sure I have everything.
Okay. Check your equipment. How many arrows do you have?
I have...
It's not a trick question.
9. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to find 9.
It's okay. You count your equipment. You count 8 arrows.
Very well.
Not very well. You had 9.
Well, yeah, I mean, somebody stole something.
Seemingly. One of them has been replaced with a stick. Relatively straight, but definitely not an arrow.
I'm gonna pick up this stick and just look at it. Like, what kind of wood is it? Is it like, just looks like a regular stick?
Make an evaluate for me, please. And Jebediah, you wake up to see Lazarus. Can you roll me a cool check, please, Jebediah? Yes.
All right.
Average for you, Lazarus. We'll give you 20 after. It's fine.
On the cool check, you say average?
Particularly sticky stick. And yes, Jebediah. Yeah, law plants technically could have worked, I guess. Oh, lol. Jebediah. Lazarus is inspecting... I'll tell you what he's inspecting.
Okay. Okay. Something wrong with your arrow there, Lazarus?
It appears that somebody swapped my arrow with a stick.
I mean, I guess you could describe an arrow as a stick, but that right there is an arrow, sir.
What?
You're holding an arrow.
I don't know what kind of arrows you've seen, but
Well,
this one doesn't even have a head or fletching.
Where are you talking about? Give me a second here. I reach over and drag my fingers along the end of the shaft of the arrow up to the point, and tap my finger on it. Nope, it's comes to a point and everything. You pulling my leg here?
Yeah, this looks like a stick.
You I mean, if you're being serious right now, then you think this is something to do with the weird things that are going on with the sun not being out?
Possibly magic in the air.
I don't know if I've ever seen magic before, though I hear tell that those nasty Walking Dead things are supposedly magic, but there's physical things you can, take a swing at and put down, so I never put much stock in those being magical. But, so you're seriously telling me that you just see a stick in your hands?
Yeah. Maybe
Damn.
it's those gnomes messing with us again.
What's a gnome?
Or the halflings from the Physicians Guild.
Oh, yeah, I heard halflings can be kind of shady.
We'll come back to you two in just a second. Henrik and Lothar on the way to the guard. Down where your side, Henrik, a group of 3 children are playing a game on the floor. There's some fairly joyous laughter. They appear to be gambling. You see one of them holding 3 silver pieces in their hand.
Oh. Oh my. Lothar,
Yes?
you see that? What's the
The kids
chances
play.
of... Yes, with 3 silver coins. What are the chances of children coming out of there with silver in their hands?
Not very high.
I'll walk over to the group. Hello, young people. Now where did you get those little coins there you're playing with?
Children look frightened and startled by you somewhat and clutch these, all 3 of them, scraping around them, a couple gathering up dice and holding them close to their chest. Oh, well, they're ours. We found them. Fairs and squares.
Found them, you say? Did they happen to be a purse on my body whilst I was sleeping, perchance?
No.
Now, I'm not angry. I would just like my silver back.
You're a strange man.
Be that as it may, I'm also a man who does not take kindly to thieves. Or brigands of any kind. There's a young halfling back in Altdorf who can attest to such a thing. Now, if you'd be so kind, return my silver. But what?
Make an average intuition for me, Henrik.
Intuition, I can never remember which one it is. Oh, it's in the skills, isn't it? Average. Oh, this is going so well.
Child looks a little bit upset. You're an adult, though. I gotta make a cool test. You are a lot bigger than them. They hand over these silver pieces together, and rather coyly one of them places them into your hand before sort of welling a little bit in the eye and just turning tail and running.
Children of today. Never mind. What's returned is returned, although I'm not so sure this is everything I had. I have to be honest, I haven't counted my money in a while, been a little busy. I open up my purse and drop the coins back in.
Okay, you open up your purse, and inside the purse are coins.
What the deuce?
As you drop your new wealth into it, you realise that they are acorns.
How did... Lothar?
Now what?
Who am I? The pebbles in my purse, they're coins now, and the coins are acorns, but the acorns were never there, and the acorns can't grow in... That's not how you grow money. Oh my.
Why don't you tip your purse out on the floor again, see what's actually in it?
I tip it out into my hand this time.
Silver and acorns.
See?
Darkness is getting to you, isn't it, Heinrich?
It's all this walking. Oh, I do miss my cart. Well, I must say, puts the coins back in the purse, drops the 3 acorns in as well. Well, I must say, those children must be rather frightened of me now. Oh boy. And if I see them again, I shall have to apologise, I suppose. Oh, come on, let's go speak to the guards. Oh, how very strange.
Lothar,
Yes.
you hear a scream off in the woods. You've been hearing them for the majority of the night. Not constantly, but every half hour. You may be troubled by 1 or 2. This is the first time you've heard a child scream.
But thinking back on how Jebediah heard the scream of the last person he interacted with, and we just interacted with those children,
It's a
I'm
possibility.
just going to continue to dismiss it, as I am not about to run out into the woods.
Sure.
I'm very sure that whatever is out there is going through various forms of siren songs attempting to lure us in, so...
First you take their acorns, then you let them die.
Yep.
Standard. So, gentlemen, over to the encampment, I believe, unless Jebediah or Lazarus had anything else
No,
planned.
because everything, the arrow looking like a stick, I'd want to go talk to a loco anyway.
Okay.
And Jebediah's just gonna take a leak.
Okay, Lazarus.
No,
There is one of the locals round the corner, one of the Raven.
excuse me, sir.
You are excused.
By any chance, have you noticed items changing appearance or disappearing? Is this normal?
Would depend what one would mean by normal. There were those who had such issues. They are no longer with us.
Did they run off into the woods or something?
Some of them. Some of them went to investigate cries of pain. Some of them turned on each other. A week ago we numbered 45. Now we are 15. And us 15 seem less troubled by whatever sorcery this is.
Huh. Well, thank you for the information. I'll be heading on my way.
I would head on your way quickly, young sir, for the others did not last long.
Noted. Thank you.
Oh. So I'll assume you just sort of jog and catch up with the others who are currently headed off to have a chat with Clement. Locals give you a little bit of a stare down as you approach. Some looks of pity. Some apparently just a freaking black map. Does anyone have the map? Okay, let's... You guys have the map?
I did.
Yes.
I do now.
You do now. Okay, so it's just my camera which doesn't.
For me, it's just showing the village, the fires and all.
Okay, no tokens?
Oh, I do have tokens. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the...
That's all I
like
need to know. It's
Okay.
apparently though, it's just my stream that can't see anything. Let's quick relog for you. I actually think I know why. Camera. In front of you is the tent. There's perhaps 10-15 individuals gathered around. Come on in. Opening the cloth and fabric to one side.
I'll let Henrik take the lead.
Good morning.
It is far more like good night, would you not say?
Well, indeed. I hope this darkness doesn't spread too far, but I have a feeling if it doesn't now, it soon will if something isn't done.
I suspect we will be having this darkness for some time. Until a war is won, I suspect.
Has it ever happened before?
Once or twice within Reichland's history. Moore granted me a dream of 3 nights of darkness.
Three nights? That doesn't seem that long.
Well,
No.
it's suspicious.
The sounds, however, the cries of battle, the blowing of horns, the collapse of walls would be more, perhaps, to fear.
Indeed. Well, that's something we hopefully we can avoid, or at least survive. Now, I'm afraid we must leave. We shall be taking our entire group with us, and once again we thank you very much for your aid. And I believe you offered a guide to take us to the edge. across the river?
Yes, I can offer you one who will be of clear mind during your journey. I would ask you keep him alive. He will be needed.
We shall do our best, of course.
I would suggest as well to hurry. If you do not make it back to somewhere far safer than here by the time the 3rd day has passed, you will not last.
What happens then?
You will be torn to pieces
Oh.
by creatures innumerable.
Of course we will.
I would suggest traveling to your home, bolstering your walls, and preparing for your doom.
Yeah. There's always such good news around here, isn't there? Well, we should be away as soon as possible. Oh, there was one more thing. I don't suppose there are any weapons, rudimentary weapons of any kind we might give to some of our people. Just an extra club or stick or two would... Well, I'm sure it would help in some way.
We can perhaps pass a few spears to you.
Once again, you are more than kind.
You will need them more than us.
Yes, I suspect you are right. One more question, if I may.
You may.
Do you have any more words of wisdom for our journey?
It is not so much wisdom that you will need, but clarity. And I cannot give you that.
Of course.
The only thing I would say is to think.
About?
Everything that matters. And everything that presents itself to you.
Right. I do believe last night you said something about us being tested. Could you tell us exactly what that means?
Those in the town have already passed the trials. You have just begun yours.
Right. All right then. I just roll my eyes.
Just one last thing. Would you offer us a prayer to more for our journey?
I will bless you as I can. Though you will need the help of some other than more for what you are about to face.
Thank you.
Right, let me just roll me a... Geez, not very good at praying.
We had the +5 on 2 prayer rolls from last time, don't forget.
Okay, so he's better at praying than you would think. So what prayer is he going to use? I think he's going to use... I think courage. Maybe... Yeah, no, we're going to... No. He's going to do some sort of protective enchantment on you, as far as you understand how these prayers work. His words are primarily regarding your safety. I would not expect this to hold off the hordes of undead, but if you are lucky, there may be a blow that more takes on your behalf.
Any help is much appreciated. Once again, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Much obliged.
And hurry. You do not have long.
Well, y'all heard the man. Let's get a move on.
Round up the people.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to name this person who's coming with you? Can't call him Gotch. Let's go for... They're all women names. Someone give me a... Let's go with someone in chat. Someone who's not had someone... Ryan, there we go. One of the mercs steps forwards. Sorry about me uncle. He tends to be a little vague.
Well, that's I think that's the province of all priests. Still, your uncle has been most helpful, as have all of your people. But we should move, and we should move quickly.
You should. Fucking ale went down the wrong hole. Sorry, I've got a drinking problem.
2 hands and only 1 mouth? I understand.
That's about right. You should know that... Well, you should come to terms with not all that you're about to leave with will return to Tam.
Well, this morning I thought I lost all my silver, but now I have all my silver and 3 acorns. So, there are bright sides to everything, I suppose.
Well, I was told that everybody that happened to, because it happened to me with my arrow, they all went insane. So.
Oh, you just had to spoil it, didn't you?
I wouldn't exactly say insane, but I wouldn't say they weren't either.
Well, the quicker we move, the better. And perhaps we should spread the word, Lothar. Your guards must keep around the perimeter of the group moving and keep them all in line. Just make sure they don't go into the woods. These calls for help and the screams. Make sure nobody runs off. And also perhaps we should warn them all about things not appearing as they should be. We don't want people getting into fights along the way.
No, I'd be more worried about them being scared and running off into the woods.
Yes, indeed. We should do it on the move, though.
Yeah, we should make sure to tell them that they can mimic even people they know's voices, much like that feller in the hat last night and my voice.
Indeed. But let's move, shall we? I'm quite keen to leave this place. I don't mind admitting I'm a little jittery here.
Same here.
Looks at Ryan. Shall we, old boy?
Aye. I'll take you as far as the river, but my fate is sealed here.
Well, it's a start.
Then let's go.
Okay.
Do we need to roll anything to round up these people?
I can give you a roll to impart information to them if you wish.
Sure. Just give them a general plan. What's
I'd
happening?
allow you a gossip or a leadership, depending on how you'd like to approach this.
Well, I'd like to use gossip. It's like give them little information of what we're planning on doing to get them to Tom.
Average gossip, please.
Oh, wow.
That'll do it. So, something along the lines of, by the way, this is what we're doing, and oh my god, have you seen her shoes? Followed by, I don't know, you pick the most nosy busybodies that you can find and tell them what you're up to in a way that they think they're not supposed to tell anyone, so they go around and instantly tell everyone on your behalf.
Excellent. That is what I want.
You know a nosy busybody when you see one, and yeah, minutes later, dozens and dozens of people are discussing where you're headed and what to beware of in the woods. If anyone else is making preparations, let me know, or we can just shake a tail feather.
They promised us some spears, so I'm assuming they've brought them out or whatever.
Bundle of
Just for the
spears.
sake of speed.
Let's say 6 in total.
And we just get the guards to pass them out.
Roger, roger.
No, if there's anyone that feels they're up to
Yeah.
joining in,
Good point. You've still
brief the guards on.
got some guard alive, haven't you?
Yes,
Forgot about them.
should have still a majority of them. It's the
Yeah,
mercs
yeah.
that took the brunt of it.
Yeah, the mercs had a bad day.
That's how you use mercenaries.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So, what is the plan?
Follow the guide.
Yeah.
That would seem like a particularly good plan. And so we shall move over to a particularly dark and misty woods. You have a lot of people with you, and for the sake of just making things easier to visualize, I've separated you, but there is just a very large caravan of people. What doesn't help, it's particularly dark and particularly misty. It'll take us a few hours to reach it. The important thing is you don't stop.
How far to the edge of the woods is it over the river?
The river's probably about 2 hours. That would be as I would normally walk. With your elderly and your children. Maybe 3.
And how far on the other side? To the edge of the woods?
Not far. Then you'll be at the mines of Yettenberg. We haven't passed that way in a long time. The river's our boundary. No sense going further.
Are the mines as dangerous as these woods?
Wouldn't be able to tell you. Although it will be hard pressed for it to be less dangerous.
That's a frightening thought. Alright.
Can we position? Go ahead.
Times like these you'll find everywhere. Something wants to kill you. Nighttime in Reichland is not a place you want to be.
There's dangers in the woods.
Aye. What were you thinking, Lazarus?
Could we position guards and mercenaries along the sides of the column so that both flanks are protected? And then I think we should do the same when we're done talking to the guide.
Sure. So you got 100 people and a handful of guards, so you can have a few of them sort of keeping watch and keep an eye on the flanks. Where are you guys going to be in relation? Are you leading the charge? Or are you letting a few baldricks go first?
Well, I assume that the guide's going to take point.
Oh yes.
So I'm going to be up at the head of the column with the guide, Lothar.
Probably be more towards the middle of the column so that I can communicate with the guard up and down it, rather than having to wait for someone to run all the way from the back.
I guess I can carry up around the rear.
Okay. Jebediah. You are walking along, and all of a sudden, from the mob of people next to you, you hear a scream.
I quickly look over. What's that? What's going on?
Followed by lots of screams, sighs, gasps. There is a crowd that has formed. The caravan stops moving quickly. Next to you, Henrik. Ryan just lets out a grunt. Jebediah, you push your way through. There's someone on the floor with a branch sticking through their abdomen. Lazarus, you will have heard the scream. Same with Lothar. You all will have definitely heard the screams.
Oh man, that looks like it hurts like hells. Lazarus, you're our medical expert. Can you help this poor man?
I will do a medical evaluation. So, lore medicine or
Sure.
challenging?
How quick do you want to be?
I want to be, well, he's got a branch sticking out of his abdomen, so...
There's blood everywhere.
Right. So, not too hasty, but not taking my time.
Okay, so that's like saying challenging and average. Just roll average.
Okay.
You do this for a living.
And while he's inspecting that, I'll be asking, did anybody see what happened?
I did.
I look to the voice.
Sure.
What happened?
A shorter man approaches. I saw him jump on it. Gentleman to his side sort of pushes him by the shoulder. No, it didn't. He fell. He must have tripped. I know what I saw. He jumped on it.
Damn. I look to the others. Did anybody else see what happened? Hoping for a tiebreaker.
How big is this branch sticking out of him?
2 foot long. It's not that thick.
Okay, is it like piercing all the way through, or is it
Oh
just
yes.
penetrating?
Oh yes.
No modern medicine can help him.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, it would seem that way. From your role, it's going to be a bugger to move him. You could probably just rip the branch out and try and stop the bleeding and hope for the best. His chances wouldn't be great, but that would be up to you.
Yes. Well, I mean, medicine now would be like with my role. Would I know that removing it without a physician?
Oh, that was the roll with your +3, so you could probably have a chance at taking it out and then stopping the blood flow and crossing your fingers, but it's not a surefire way to save him, but equally leaving him here is probably not a good way to save him either. So there would be a glimmer of hope.
Alright, let's take this glimmer of hope. Let's do a heal check.
Yeah, roll me an average heal, please.
Is Branch Boy still conscious?
Okay. Wow. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So what do you do with this branch? Sell it to me.
Well, you don't want to break it, so I'd find whatever part of the branch is smoothest and pull it. So if it's sticking out his back, if it looks like it'd take less time to pull it out through his abdomen, I'm going to pull it that way.
Sure.
So as I pull it out, I'm putting bandages on first his back because that's where the hole's opening, and then I pull it all the way through, and I bandage up the front, wrap it around tight, and hope for the best.
Seems to have worked. Very drowsy, very woozy. Jebediah.
Mm-hmm.
While this is happening, people are stood around watching. Something catches your eye. A child is climbing the tree. Just by the side. They seem to have got quite high.
Is it a boy or girl?
A young boy.
Young man, what you doing up there? I raised my voice at him.
Standing atop of one of the branches for a moment, looking triumphant at how high they have climbed, they shout out, "Mummy, Mummy, look at me! I'm a bird! Look, I can fly!"
Boy, if you're about to jump, don't jump. That man over there is hurt. He did what you did or something.
Jebediah.
Mm-hmm.
He's jumping.
I'm going to try to catch him.
Make me an athletics roll, please.
With difficulty?
Challenging.
Okay.
Don't let a child die. Don't make me into a monster. That's close. Is it worth a reroll? That's the question.
I'll go with it. I'll keep that.
You'll keep it. Okay.
Keep it.
Okay.
Flat.
Okay. -1. It's kind of like a no but. So the good news is they didn't jump off head first towards the ground. They jumped off feet first, flapping their arms like a bird. And although you somewhat catch them, it's not before their legs hit the ground and there are two very loud cracks.
I wince and shut my eyes and just take a moment holding him.
There is a redness about his face and a couple of moments and you suspect there could be a scream. But consciousness fades and they pass out in your arms.
I'm gonna go check up on the child.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Lazarus is going to be busy.
Yep.
What on earth is going on here?
This
Behind
boy
Henrik.
just Sorry, you can go ahead, Lazarus.
Henrik, we're gonna need to make sure that everybody stays together and not let children veer off and jump off a branch.
Children? Anybody?
I take a look at the man that's not very conscious, I'm assuming, with a hole in his stomach and the young child. We don't have time for this. Point at two largest men I can see near me. You, pick him up, drag him along. Don't fall behind or you stay behind. Lazarus, get some people to hold the boy as you work on him. We have to move.
I can hold the boy.
All right. Everyone, get moving. Let's go. Okay. We're good.
We're good. Everything's fine.
I'm just gonna add just to the crowd around me. If y'all get any weird ideas, do anything you wouldn't normally do, don't do them. Something weird is afoot.
No kidding.
Sure. Okay. The caravan continues to press forwards. What's Lothar up to? Other than face palming, I imagine.
Pretty much.
Why me?
You're gonna get to the... You try to help people, this is what happens. Tell the guard what's happened, tell them to keep an eye out for it, and tell them to keep everybody moving, and not to let anyone climb any more trees or run off into the woods or stop, basically. We're getting more towards a forced march kind of condition.
Mm-hmm.
As we're probably only like 10 minutes into this march and we've already got 2 people down.
Jebediah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, this has to be you, but to your right, the mob is talking, conversing. There is gossip afoot, and 3 people freeze on the spot. This is perhaps 5 minutes later, maybe 10. Let's call it 10 to give you a bit of chill time. They stop moving and stand still.
Okay. I turn to face them. And, y'all, keep a move on. We ain't got time for this.
But we can't, sir. You said not to do things we don't normally do, and we don't normally walk in the woods. We've all decided between the 3 of us we wouldn't normally be walking in the woods at this time of night, so we figured we better not walk in the woods.
Well, I can't argue with that logic, but, and hear me out here, everyone here is in agreement that walking through the woods is our best course of survival right now. So if you have any other strange things, maybe, I do appreciate that you're telling me about it. Maybe if any other strange things come up, let me know then, and we'll discuss that. How's that sound?
We can't do it. We wouldn't normally be doing this, so we shouldn't do it. It's been decided. 3 of us agreed, didn't we?
Looking at each other, nodding up and down. Yes. No intuition test needed that the 3 of them have the jitters.
I just shake my head. Is there anything I could say to get you boys moving? Because the feller in the tent we talked to, who knows this place like the back of his hand, apparently, he's talking like if we ain't gone from these woods in come 3 days' time, something awful gonna happen. It's gonna kill a lot of us.
If we stay still, because we don't normally walk in the woods, we're going to stay still, and we won't die. You'll die. We'll be fine.
Do you normally stand still in creepy woods you've never been to?
No. Don't normally go in the woods.
Well, too late for that. You're already out here. So, you can either, stand here, which goes against doing things you ain't never done, or you can walk through the woods, which, again, goes against things you never do normally.
Leadership or charm roll for me, Jebediah, please.
Sure.
Challenging.
Okay. Okay. New charm.
Okay, this is opposed by... Can't deviate from the plan, Sam. That's the plan. We can't change the plan. One of the others chimes in.
It is agreed. We will stay. Yes, they'll die. We'll stay here. That's the plan.
Well, if I can't convince you, good luck, boys. I'm just gonna keep walking with the others.
A few of the other villagers also attempt to talk them out of it, but they were surprisingly stubborn.
Clearly.
5 minutes pass.
Can I roll a heal check on that boy?
Sure.
Or lower medicine?
You could roll a law medicine.
I'm assuming challenging because we're on the move.
Yeah, Jebediah is holding him. Sorry, Jebediah is holding him. So he is bouncing around a little bit. Okay. Best thing perhaps you can think of is to give him something just to ease the pain momentarily. Broken legs are going to take some time.
So he did break his leg. Okay.
Oh, very much. The two very loud cracks would have been...
And I mean, it is a crappy roll, but would I know I could splint it?
Yes.
Okay, so... Well, should I roll like a dex to see if I can splint it on the move?
Yeah, sure. You can roll me a... I mean, you need to get a couple of sticks and tie some stuff around, so we can do a quick... Do me a challenging dex roll to see if you can do this while not slowing anyone down for a significant amount of time.
Oof.
It is very hard. He looks like he's gonna... So you splint him up, but it's not exactly a straight stick. But it's better than no stick, right?
Right.
It's better than just it waving around like a flaccid schlong. So yeah. So progress. Medical progress has been made. 5 minutes pass. Scratch that. 1 minute passes. Behind the group, screams. At least two people.
Again.
This is from the way you just came.
Oh, okay. Just 2 screams?
Little pause. Then
Wait
another.
for it.
Then another.
There it is.
3 screams. Each. Slightly different to the previous. These are not just one, but probably 5 to 10 seconds of wailing from each, followed by challenging perception for me, Jebediah. Sorry, Jebediah. Need to lose a letter every session.
My rolls this session.
Okay. Yeah. 3 screams. Something different was about these. Hard to tell what exactly.
Yeah, I'm just busy thinking about those men losing their lives, and I don't notice anything of note. My face is just visibly kind of racked with not really guilt, but just disappointment.
Okay.
All these hidden rolls.
Yeah, I know, right? It's all right. The actual stream can see them, but oh no, I'll keep them as self rolls because it's funsies. Lothar, a little further into the journey, another 10-15 minutes pass. Some of the, let's just call it the central mob, start to look panicked. One of them makes a quick bolt for the woods.
Is he in range to grab, or
You could
is he
try.
just
Seeing it, I think we could go for an initiative roll.
rolling to tackle him?
Yeah, let's go for a challenging athletics, actually. So him versus you.
Oh, well, this is going
Now, this is his athletics. Okay, he's in a rush.
Bloody hell.
Okay. You're probably... I mean, you're only 36. That's not a bad roll. He's from... you rolled better, so yeah, you win. You rolled 21, though. That's how much you wanted to run. So you managed to tackle him to the floor.
I need to leave. It's not safe here.
I think it's safer out there.
Another 3 or 4 go to leave. The guard stepping in behind you, trying to interject. And you can hear an argument burst out from them.
You ain't going anywhere. Stay with the group. But we're leaving.
Is this like a spread out, or is this just in a small cluster that are looking to run?
Relatively small cluster, so if I had to give you a visual just to... something like that.
Okay. I'm going to drag the one back by the scruff of his neck and push him back to the group and say to the others, look, if you run, you die, and we're not coming after you.
As you are bringing him back...
Oh, good lord.
Oh, good lord. Okay. It says Road Warden, but one of your guard clocks one square in the temple. Look of fury on his face.
Or say, get back in a group.
Smack. You hear a crack and the person just falls to the floor completely limp.
Who's next?
Lothar. You know your guard. No, that's uncharacteristic behaviour, to say the least.
I'll, as the one that I collared and pushed back, he's staggered back into the group, I guess. He's not trying to make off.
They seem slightly distracted by someone being knocked out.
Alright, I'll just grab the guard, shake him. Hey, snap out of it.
They were trying to leave, sir.
They were, and you did a good job keeping them from running, but you don't need to kill them over it.
Looks at his weapon.
We'll see.
Visibly red in his face.
Tell him to go up front so he's more towards the front of the group. Less people around him.
Okay. Group carry on moving. Henrik. You and Ryan are having a lovely time at the moment.
So, you're a trader, are you?
Well, supposed to be. I haven't had much chance to do very much of that lately, I have to admit. This whole nasty business seems to have taken my normal business to a bit of a sideline, but...
What do you trade in?
Oh, almost anything. I'm quite partial to a little bit of leather, actually.
Don't get me started about leather, I love it.
Yes, the feel, especially a nice oiled leather jerkin.
That's what got me into towel in the first place.
Oh, yes. You must be wonderful going on the hunt and gathering your own leather, as it were.
Freshly skinned, nothing softer. That's how it started. Got given a wolf belt when I was a child, and I was forever gone to towel.
Yes, I often heard that's the way when with Tarlites. just that one moment in their childhood and forever hooked.
Aside from necessity, though, it does make you wonder how people turn to some of the other gods. How does one get obsessed with more, I wonder?
Well,
for us, it's necessity.
You're talking of the god of death. Is there anything of more necessity than to keep the god of death on your side?
I suppose there's those that like to dream and ponder about afterlives and all that gobbledygook. Me personally, I stuck with Tal, but me uncle, he loves himself a bit more.
Now, it has been said that some are Moorish. I'm sorry. I let's pretend I never said that.
So, you're a trader, are you?
Yes, for the most part.
What do you trade in?
Oh, I like a bit of leather. Wait.
I like
Didn't we have
leather.
Didn't we just have this conversation?
That's how it all started. I got given a wolf pelt when I was young.
Oh dear. Ryan,
Aye.
are you okay?
Oh, never better.
You're repeating a conversation we've had. Perhaps you should clear your mind a little.
Slap me.
I'm sorry, what?
Slap me.
Okay. Slaps him.
Make a roll.
What am I rolling?
I mean, let's just do a weapon skill.
Just do a normal weapon skill.
Yeah.
Roll my hand weapon.
That's
Sure.
Or is it just gonna
Sure,
be...
just murder
I
him.
don't know what to...
Slap me with your club.
maybe unarmed.
Yeah, how do I do that?
Yeah, on the
The
combat
fist
tab,
on combat tab.
click the fist for fisting.
Okay, so... Fist the man, we were talking about leather. Fantastic. Where's the fist? There's the fist.
I love me a bit of leather. Ooh.
I need to make sure I'm fisting the right person. Hang on. Target. And then we'll fist. Challenging? Because I don't want to hit him too hard.
Average. He's stood still, waiting for you to slap him.
Okay, well...
And you missed.
Oh,
I did
God.
miss. I did miss. Hang on.
Much better.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
with a
I've
critical.
torn his freaking head
No,
off.
don't worry. Don't worry, because it's an undamaging, intentional slap to the face. Not a weapon. It's not going to kill him. Let's just see what that would have done, though, in another world. Cracked ribs. Okay. In another
Slapped
world.
him in the face, broke his ribs.
Yeah, exactly. Standard. You give him a damn hard slap. Whew. Well, thank you. So, what do you trade in? This time with a smile on his face, though. Gives you a little wink and keeps walking. You want to be careful, Master Henrik. That's not going to be the first or the last people to die.
No, I believe you're right. We have to keep moving, even those people that we lose.
He has a really good look around into the darkness, into the mist. Your test, though, is still getting warmed up. things will get a lot worse.
Wonderful.
And this is as the journey is progressing for a change. Oh, wonderful. Another few minutes pass, and... Sorry, Lothar. From the other side of the pillar, you hear a scream. On the east side, as far as the map is concerned.
Okay, I'll push through to the other side. See who's got problems this time.
There is a slight problem. That is that you look around. Other people are also looking as to where the scream came from. The guard look to each other, look to you, and a few moments pass before they realise one of them is missing.
Oh, one of the guards gone.
Yes.
That sucks.
Fantastic.
One of the others walks up.
Sir, I didn't see anything. They were just there and then they were gone. Fuck me, I really didn't see anything. It's so dark.
You just rolled 100.
I'm surprised he didn't fall over his own feet coming to tell me.
I think I got cataracts.
I don't know what they are, but you probably do. Did anyone else see anything?
See how much was seen. Okay.
I did. He were
What did you
grabbed. He were grabbed from the tree over there. Something reached for him.
How far away is the tree he's pointing to?
10 yards. You can see the branches and the height of the tree looming up over the top of the fog.
Something chucked him into the fog. Saw it. They coming for me next.
Stay away from the edges of the road then. Unfortunately, we can't go in to get him back.
You look
Keep moving.
like a giant arm.
As he says that, there is a scream coming from that direction. A scream that sounds
Most likely like that guard.
with an added sound effect. Lothar, average perception for me, please.
Nice.
Okay. You hear a shredding sound, followed by the scream, which is met very quickly by a flap, and then a sound that apparently during your career you have come across before, of a man being torn in half. The sound of flesh being ripped alongside clothes, leather, and even chainmail is unique.
And something you don't forget.
Very difficult to. That was your critical sprinkles. The way the scream fades over the next second instead of being a clean cut. It is something you've heard before.
eerily reminiscent of the woods outside of town. So yeah, just going to tell the others to. It's like, well, we can't do anything for him. Keep moving. Warn the guards to keep an eye to their surroundings as well as the column.
Okay. Walk forward a little further. And Henrik, Ryan to your side, kneels down by a pile of... looks to be excrement. Large. Perhaps size of horse manure. Only different. He rummages his hand through it for a moment and pulls out a hand. What's left of it. Just a skeleton with a few red marks or blood stains on it. Come here, Henrik.
Oh dear.
Give me your hand.
It seems you've already got one.
I need yours.
Okay.
I'm gonna make
offers my hand out, but kind of like really gingerly. Like, what's he gonna do?
Sort of grabs it by the wrist and brings it down toward the manure and stops it an inch away. I'm gonna make a tarlite out of you. Now, tell me what's wrong with this. Henrik, you can feel the burning in your nostrils from the stench. You can see a few bones mixed in with this dung and the warmth of it radiating heat.
Well, it's still warm, and the fact that there's bones in it means, well, the path isn't as safe as we first thought, perhaps. And it wasn't done so long ago?
Aye. It doesn't keep its warmth for long in this heat. He's close.
He?
None of us have ever checked for his bollocks. Could be a she.
Do you know what he or she is?
No, not exactly. Only that it's a curse.
Right.
On all that it travels to.
But it's big enough to shit out a man's hand.
Big enough to eat a whole man, I suspect.
As he pulls out a head.
Oh dear. Well, we're in the shit now. There's not as much as he is.
Chucks a bit of dung at you.
I hate puns.
Yes, well, thank you for the stains. Let's get moving. And starts trying to flick the shit off his chest.
While you're doing that, he puts both hands in and just sort of starts smearing it over his armour.
Well, I suppose he'll find you in the dark.
Works for some of the creatures. Makes him respect you. Doesn't work for others. We'll find out.
Henrik,
Mm-hmm.
after the two of you have finished your banter, there's a slight problem.
Yes, I have shit all down my front.
Guard to your left, it's not there anymore. You roll me an average perception, please.
Certainly can, with my amazing perception. I shall roll a 99.
Close.
Not far off. Hold on.
How do you feel about a corruption reroll? Okay,
Don't need
okay,
a
we could do for that.
reroll. Just
Okay,
a normal reroll.
okay. You see two things. First of which is the guard being dragged backwards. It looks like they have some sort of vine wrapped around them at the chest. And they are being pulled back quickly.
Would I have time to sort of dive over there and try and cut the vine?
You can try. Can you roll me an initiative, please? Challenging.
Initiative.
Is being dragged quickly.
Whoopsie. Hold on, I've just spent points I don't have. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on. Ugh. I'll have to fix it afterwards. How do I roll initiative now? It's that one, isn't it? Challenging. Good lord.
Okay. You step forwards. You reach out his hand towards yours to try and gain you a moment, just as your fingertips reach, touch. Your eyes lock for a second, his wide open. He is hurled backwards, pulled by this thing into the mist. It is followed by a single crunch, and a series of thuds. What you would say sounds like a giant's footsteps. Gentlemen, we're going to have a quick bio break. Stream, we'll see you in 5 minutes. Howdy doody, guys. Howdy doody, folk. Welcome back. We are here, in the middle of the woods, headed toward a river. A river that we hope to cross because whatever's in this woods will hopefully not be there. Henrik has just watched someone be dragged off into the darkness by what looked like a large vine. Henrik, over to you.
Well, as he goes flying away from me, I sort of backpedal back to the middle of the path a little bit as all that happens. And then turn and look at Ryan. Well, that was horrible. Another one down, I suppose. Maybe we should see if we can pick up the pace a little. What do you think?
I could run there in about half an hour, but I'm not sure about your old ones. Could always leave them as food. Take the fit and healthy.
No, they'd all turn on us. Nope. We'll move as quickly as we can. Perhaps we can hurry the old ones along a little. I'll go back and spread the word. I'll go back down the line and I'll say we're going to pick up the pace. We're going to pick up the pace a little. We need to get out of here as quickly as possible. There's, well, if you don't want to die, hurry up. Help along those who are a little bit slower. Don't fall behind or you get left behind. Sort of repeating the message as I go up and down the line.
Okay. Any of the group have any anything to say in response, or do we just march onwards?
March onwards.
March on.
Okay. Continue to steady canter. 5 minutes pass. There are more screams. They are more frequent now, and doing a head count around you, Jebediah, seems for every few minutes another one is plucked off, to the point that the majority who are travelling are now in incredibly tight clusters, not wanting to go anywhere near the edge, and most people fighting to be in the centre. This includes the guard. Next to you, Lothar, one of the guard huddling in.
Sorry, sir, but I don't really see the point in you know, I'll watch them from here perfectly safely.
Just keep them moving.
Oh, I will. I'll keep an eye on it.
Come on, you folk, move! Group continues moving. Let's have a change of scenery. It's pretty similar to the first one, but slightly different.
The trees are different.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's because you move further forward. He's good at doing maps, this GM. In 10 minutes of GM prep, which is all he frickin' had. Okay. Screaming stops for a while. Until the awkward silence and bickering of people trying to fight over the centre of the mosh results in a scuffle breaking out. That was my spot, sir. You have taken it from my... No, I didn't. Fists are thrown at each other rather quickly, and a small fist fight breaks out to your left, Lothar, and to your right, Jebediah.
Break it up.
Perhaps
Can't be fighting each other.
5 or 6 individuals throwing punches at each other.
Well, if it's fist fights you want.
Can I intervene and try and split them up?
You can, Lazarus. What are you going to do to intervene?
I'm going to physically get in between and push them away.
You can roll me whatever you think you should roll. It'll be challenging.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna wade in from the other side and just kind of grab them and drag them out the way.
Okay.
Thinking strength because I'm physically pushing them away.
Sure, you could do athletics, I think. One fist towards you, Lothar. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, hello.
Athletics or strength?
Get clocked. Athletics. Let's deal with Lothar being punched by someone. And then we'll come back to you, Lazarus. So, in response to a fist flying towards your shiny head, Lothar, what are you doing?
Since I'm not particularly in the mood, I will see if I can counter him. Not with that, I won't. Let's reroll that. Oh, wow.
Slightly better. 6. The good news, it's undamaging. Do you have any armour on your head?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have up there? You have a skull cap. Marvellous. A couple of points of damage make their way through. As you are clocked in the head by someone with a fairly limp wrist, but noodly arms that come out of nowhere. He's looking you dead in the eyes and ready to swing again. There's a bit of a brawl that's broken out right now. We'll come back to what you do in response after Lazarus gets punched in response to his athletics test. So, come on. NPCs. Okay. Less successful. That is... yep, Lazarus, you're able to drag this man out. And Jebediah, are you carrying child? Are you intervening?
I am carrying the child. Is there any way I could try to verbally convince them to break it up?
You can make a roll.
Sure. Let's see, maybe like a charm or something.
Yeah, charm, intimidate, leadership, whatever you think is appropriate.
Sure. I'll try leadership for what I'm gonna say. Would it be challenging?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I would say would be, come on, y'all! You make a commotion like this, you're gonna distract, cause a distraction, and then more of them things are gonna get us.
In response, someone throws a shoe at you, but it flies wide and lands 6 yards behind you at least.
Jeez, man, I'm holding my child.
Let's have a... Oh, I've even got a mob thing. Lothar, in response. You've taken a hit. Lazarus has pulled one out of the fight to your side, but you have what is turning into a complete brawl, apparently with a chicken involved. That sounded more like a goose, I guess.
Which is it, a goose or a chicken? Because one's a real situation.
A goose. A goose.
God. I'm out. That's it. They're on their own.
One of them that was carrying some livestock is holding a goose by the neck and beating one of the others.
That is a brave man.
So, yeah.
Let's go to a quick cool test to see. Okay. Considering the guard was giving in to bloodlust, I was wondering whether it would be a case of doing the same thing or actually stay calm and rational.
Okay. Fairly calm.
So I'm not just going to punch him straight back in the face with knuckle dusters, which would probably kill him. Just shout over a couple of the other guards, yell at the people to break it up, get moving. And since they're all fighting each other, no. No one wants to listen.
Let's have a cool test in response. Just say roll a lower than 50. No, they are they are swinging. They are swinging. But from behind, the fighting is at least quelled somewhat by the sound of another scream. Jebediah? This time it is the scream of a lady from behind you, and it is piercingly close.
Let's spin around and look.
After the scream, fight turns to silence as everyone else also looks toward the mist. Jebediah, can you roll me a perception roll, please? Average, as you listen intensely to what the hell is going on in there.
Nope.
Sounds like some gargling. You can hear some noises, but you cannot tell what it is.
Anybody see anybody drift away? Were y'all too busy fighting?
The individuals look at each other.
That's what I thought. We gotta keep moving. We can't fight each other.
One of them runs into the mist.
You idiot!
They're shouting, "Susie! Susie! Come back!"
Susie's dead. Get back here.
Like clockwork. And silence.
I sigh and shake my head.
Keep moving.
Son of a bitch.
And I assume you keep moving.
Yep.
So long as this crowd of wannabe bar brawlers is moving, yeah.
Yeah. There's a little bit of like a childish stomp now from some of them, but screaming tends to move people along fairly well. So you have a very large mosh of people.
Scrum of people.
Back to Henrik for a moment. And Ryan, who are chilling. Well, I hope time will be safer for you.
Well, time will tell, I suppose.
If Uncle's right, then do what you can for your people.
Well, I certainly shall do what I can, but what I can do is, well, I don't know. Never been much of a fighter, I'm afraid.
You don't have to just fight. You can shout at 'em, throw things at 'em. Tell 'em not to die.
Yes, well, it seems to be working so far with this group. I'm not sure how well I do with an entire village.
No. Well, I'm sure I'll be fine.
Thank you. I shall certainly try. Oh, the gods willing and all that.
You're a gambling man.
I've been known to have a little flutter here and there.
All right.
Haven't got much. But I bet this spear that it takes you first.
All right, I'll take that wager. I have, well, my bow. After all, if I lose, I shan't need it.
True. I quite like your boots, though. They're nice leather.
All right, seems fair to me. Of course, you might need to pull it out of this thing's arse if it gets me first, but that shall be your problem, eh?
I'll probably wait and take it out from the dung.
Well,
Be safer.
a touch, I'm sure.
And on that note, Henrik, are you feeling lucky?
Overly, but let's go.
I'm going to roll a D100.
On a 1 to 99, it takes Henrik.
On 100, Henrik falls over dead.
No. I'm going to even make this a public roll. I'm going to give a slight bonus because maybe prayers are helping you. So, on a 1 to 45, something happens that might involve Henrik. Anything higher, we shall see.
Oh.
Of course.
Fantastic.
Henrik. Soon after your bet, two of you walking forwards, let's have a change of music. I think it is time that we go for... haven't had this music in a while. I like it. You see a very small flicker in the mist, Henrik. Something waves. It could have been a hand. Too dark to tell. Just as you squint your eyes at it to see, something reaches out for you very quickly and wraps itself around you. Can you make me a dodge roll, please? Challenging.
Challenging? Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be challenging. It's another 90-something. Ooh.
That's pretty good. And... that is very, very close to passing.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you the target of what this thing was, but... you move your body to the side, getting out of its path with lightning-like reflexes, but it wraps around your hand and begins to pull taut. You get a good look at it, Henrik. You can mistake it for a wet, slithery vine, perhaps. A tendril. Now, we have dear Ryan, who is going to pass an initiative roll. Oh, fuck me.
No,
He's
he
not going
isn't.
to pass an initiative roll.
Fell asleep.
Henrik,
He's dreaming about his boots.
I just delete my character now?
you're being pulled back by one arm. What are you going to do? It's not got you by the torso, so you've got a hand, and it's basically just dragging you along the dirt. There is more strength than you can put up with, but you have a hand spare. You have 2 feet spare as well. You're being pulled along through the dirt. What are you doing?
How quickly can I draw my hand weapon? Is that a thing I can do to try
Yes.
and hack at it while I'm digging my heels in?
Yeah, even while being pulled along, you can try and draw your weapon and make a swing for it.
Okay, that's what I shall do. I've got nothing to target, so just do a normal.
I'll give
I'm
you
assuming.
an average, because you're hitting something that's attached to you. An average weapon skill, please. Well, not weapon skill, but yeah.
Arm off.
Okay.
I did a weapon test because it's my sword.
That's fine. That is appropriate. You hack into it. Its grip loosens. A noise and rumble comes from the mist. Its tendril slithers back. Leaving a very faint trail of blood.
I'm going to back away from the edge again. Up to Ryan. Well, that was exciting. Oh. And maybe bleed.
You might want to make a challenging endurance test for that.
Shit. Boom.
Okay. You feel your hand throbbing slightly where this was gripping around your arm. There's sort of very small pin-like scratches and scrapes. Tiny amount of blood coming out, but it's as if being stung by an insect, a bee or a wasp, only 100 times. Uncomfortable, but you can still use and move the hand freely.
Okay. I'm going to move back to the group, to Lazarus, to show him, to see if get his opinion.
Just as you turn to leave, Henrik, you do hear one final thing. Whoosh. Whooshing sound. Make a... Do you have any laws that we can...
Local and Reichland.
Just make an intelligence test for me, please. An INT.
What? Challenging or what?
Challenging, please.
Oof.
Okay. You heard a whoosh, followed by a slightly softer whoosh, followed by a softer whoosh. Something has just taken flight. The closest thing you could think of with that sort of size and sound is the dragon.
Look up into the sky to see if I can see anything.
Make a challenging perception.
Oh, good lord.
Cloud.
My eyes fell out.
Cloud. Maybe you've got cataracts too. Very cloudy, very dark.
I'll turn to Ryan before I go to Lazarus and... are there any dragons in this forest?
Used to be a wyvern some time ago.
Right, because I just heard something fly away, and it was big. And last time I heard a sound like that, it was a dragon.
Well, I hope it's not a dragon for your sake and mine.
Right.
I'll take a troll any day over a dragon.
Personally, I'd take a bosom wench.
Not seen one of them in a long time.
Right. Well, maybe you should come to town with us.
My place is with my family.
Of course. I'm going to get this hand seen to, just to make sure there's no poison or anything. Keep everyone moving and perhaps fall back to the group a little, so until I get back.
Aye. I will.
Okay. I'm going to walk briskly but not run.
Okay.
As I go back to Lazarus so as not to sort of spook anyone. And then just kind of go back, tell him what happened and show him my hand.
Should I use lore medicine?
You can indeed, or law poison. Do you have trade poison? That could probably work.
Trade poison. Challenging. Average.
Challenging for something fresh you have not come across before.
It's a hand.
I will re-roll this just for my
Nice. Gives you a chemical breakdown of it.
Okay. You've seen similar poisons before, Lazarus. You've heard of various toxins that can paralyze even. This seems to be a similar poison, but not a similar wound. This isn't something you've come across before. You do know he needs to try and milk the wound slightly. And you even have a vial of appropriate medicine in your satchel at the ready for such occasions, because +6.
Cool. I hand him the antidote and be like, "You're fortunate that you have me."
Oh, Lazarus, old boy. I'm always fortunate you're here.
You might have been paralyzed.
I might have been dead.
Out of the four of you, Lazarus, as you're holding this vial towards Henrik, you are the only one that hears a gusting sound that is getting louder. You have a moment to react, Lazarus. What would you like to do?
So does this sound like it's coming from above me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna yell, "Get down," and hand Henrik, close it in his hand.
Okay. And you're next to a tree. Are you going to duck? You going to try and dive? You have a second to react, and you can assist Henrik if you like.
I'm diving. I'll tackle Henrik if I have to.
Okay. Give me average. Give me an easy athletics. You're just about to hand Henrik a vial and now jumping on him. He's not expecting anything. He's a small man. You jump on him and both land under the tree. And behind you, you hear a very, very loud thud. Something between a thud and a crash. Lothar and Jebediah. Something colossal lands from the sky in amongst your mosh pit. Bodies are flung left, right, all around. and I would say a good 50 screams occur all at once. Gentlemen, you probably knew it was coming. The Jabber Slithe.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Wings and tendrils, a spiked tail and claw are swinging all of a sudden through the majority of these refugees. Now, I'm just going to quickly see. Fucking run! Ryan decides to help as many people as he can run like hell. And should we go ahead and roll initiative? I think we should.
Or just turn it into a chase scene.
Or, I mean, yeah, you can try. Please, DM, can we have a chase scene? I don't want to fight the big thing. I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, if it helps, I can give you some... Where is it?
It's initiative challenging difficulty.
Don't worry, I'm going to do that in a second.
Oh, okay.
Does that help?
It does.
Okay, we begin combat. Wardens are the guard are actually the first to the fastest to act. And we're going to roll. I'll do a collective willpower, but I'll give them a bonus to kind of compensate. We are going to go with. Oh, good lord! How much cool do they have? Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, they're actually okay. Their bonus act. Yeah, their bonus helped. I just need to click on the terror button so you can all click it. Bear with me a second. Meanwhile, enjoy this amazing tune. Terror. For some reason, this beast didn't come stock with terror. Terror. You guys have fought some stuff with terror before. I'm going to give this Terror 1.
Now, folks, gonna tell you a story.
Yeah, let me tell you about the time.
We took through the woods one day.
My name's Jebediah. Let me tell you about the time I fought a Jabber Slithe. If everyone could go ahead and click on that apply button for me, please.
Okay.
And go ahead and roll me a... Oh, okay. Henrik, apparently feeling particularly Chad, Lothar too. Jesus, all three of you decided not to be terrified of this, which is strange, because you really should be. The Road Wardens equally... Okay, they're not going to get there, but what they're going to try to do is just shove as many people out of the way as possible in order to save some lives. So... Okay, a reasonable go. They run in front of you, Lothar, jump in, dive into the action, ripping a few of them out, tearing them away from this creature, and just thrusting them off into the woods. Run! The villagers, in response, are going to try and do a... they're going to try and do a collective dodge roll. I'm going to roll 3 times for the villagers. Okay. 1 good dodge. Another good dodge. Okay. Okay.
Terrible dodge.
Good news is a large portion of them managed to break away, and you can hear a hell of a lot of screaming. But I will say there probably is about 20 people that have been, let's say, stuck on the floor and are just climbing to their feet, trying to get an opportunity to run like hell. In the meantime, the Jabber Slithe is just going to have a cheeky little... Oof. Sure. Oh, good lord. Dodge. Fine.
Smushed.
Splat. Okay. That's just going to be like 1, 2, 3. We'll just say that is a lot of individuals have been either clawed, swiped, bitten, or stabbed with a tail that has a scorpion-like spike on it. Not that any of you have seen a scorpion yet, but bodies are flying everywhere. Blood is flying everywhere too. Jerbada, you've got a boy in your hand, still unconscious.
Somebody take this chow. I can't fight while I'm holding a kid.
You want to fight this thing?
Well, either that or run.
You fought a Terrorgeist, you'd be fine.
Well, I didn't.
I think Lothar and I are the veterans of that one.
Yep, I'll hand this kid off to this nice village person here. I'll take him.
Right.
Get him out of here.
Totally stop.
Would that be my action, or do
that will be his action. There you go. I'm not going to consume your first action by handing off a child. So yeah, go ahead and do a thing and have fun.
Right. Has anyone indicated if we are staying or running, like Lothar, our strategist?
I will say...
I'm at the end of the initiative. It's entirely up to you.
Indeed. Thus far, civilians are running. That would seem like the sensible thing to do. There are lots of civilians around that are going to die imminently, however, as they are being torn to pieces. So I guess my question to you, Jerbada, is... do you want to help try and save some people in here? Or do you think that it now is actually a good time to just save who you can?
I think I'll try to say, since they're splitting up, all the people up ahead are going to die if we don't move with them too. We need to try to keep one group. So I'm going to try to get anybody that I can to move up northward, or up, up top if I can.
Okay, so you're going to look for openings and try to help pull people to their feet, get them out, etc. Okay.
Yes, please.
I would recommend making me an athletics roll, please. These guys are in combat. This is going to be challenging.
Righto.
Or you could roll like a boss.
I think I'll do a reroll on that.
I feel like that's headbutting its tail, just getting knocked off your feet. That is something. Okay.
That's fortunate. There we go.
That's probably a good one to fall. Well, it's not a fumble at least, so that's good. So you try and help a few to their feet. And it is difficult because there are wings flapping. There is a tail swinging around as this creature just draws itself in circles, swiping left, swiping right. And although you reach out to one of them, Spike, what do you call that? One of the extremities of its wing pierces and spikes down into the ground straight through the chest of this person you were reaching for. Better luck next time.
Take my hand. Oh, I cover my face with one hand. And
Ryan is helping people escape. Henrik, you're up.
Oh, I'm just going to shoot it with a bow. I'm by the tree, so I'm going to kind of use the tree for a little bit of cover so I can duck behind it if I need to, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Sort of stood at the side of it, that sort of thing. I'm assuming the tree is not part of the woods, as you say. It's sort of in the path.
Yeah, indeed. This thing is big. You can see it. It's in combat still, so you'll have, let's say, a plus 20, but in total, but you won't hit anyone on your side.
It's got a modifier already in there of 40. Do I take that out and change it?
Take that out, please, and change it, because I think it's doing the...
enormous target.
You'll get an extra plus 10 as well, plus 30 in total, so thank you for the reminder, because it is pretty damn big. Plus 30, please.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Arrow goes wide. Unfortunately, sailing off into the distance.
No, I'm going to take a corruption report.
Yes,
on that,
do it. Do it.
Boom.
Yes, that's better. A twisted back. Well, it's going to burn some armor for that, but fun fact, it's now going to have less armor, so that's going to be helpful. Okay, reduce the armor on its chest. There you go. Oh, it's got a lot of armor. You will do the extra 1 wound. Still notable. 11 damage. Doink, doink, doink. The arrow lands in it. Okay. It screeches a horrendous hissing sound. You certainly pissed it off. Lazarus, you're up.
I'm gonna pick up the guy next to me if he's laying on the ground.
Yep.
I'm gonna scream run, and I'm going to run over here. And can I shoot?
I will say if you just say run to the guy next to you, yes you can, but if you try and offer any assistance to them, then that would be your...
Okay, I'm helping him up. I'm gonna pick him up. That'll be
So you can make a roll, but if it's just one guy, sure, you just give him a quick hand and then run. If you want to help more people, you can roll, so I'll give you the choice. Give him a quick hand and still shoot, or help more people and not shoot, but...
I want to help more people.
More people?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Athletics, please. Challenging.
I did it. Oh my god.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Not only do you manage to drag him to his feet and sort of fling him back behind you, but a couple of villagers sort of crawl through the space made afterwards. And they follow you up. Okay. Now, so let's say the range on the map will be magnified a little bit, but what I'll probably do just to, there you go, have it a little more representative, we'll go there. Lothar, Mr. Initiative. You're up finally. What is Lothar doing?
Well, I was going to command the guard to do stuff, but they're already doing it. So
well, they're about to have their action next.
Yeah, well, they're already doing what I was going to ask them to do, which is to try and get the people out and get them moving to the north. Well, moving along the road away from this thing. So I'm going to grab a torch off the nearest guard and kind of wave it in the thing's face to try and distract it from the rescue effort. Okay. So it looks like the guy I'm next to is about to get his head crushed.
Yeah, I do like how that token's lined up. Very unfortunate for him. He's looking at you with a smirk as if sort of, you could have saved me, Lothar. You choose to wait. Now I'm dying. There. Okay. Intimidate, I guess?
Sure. Or attack with improvised weapon. Entirely up to you.
Are you trying to hit it, or are you just trying to get its attention?
Well, hit it by kind of...
Both.
Hit it
Okay.
with a, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so improvised weapon.
Swinging a torch at it to try and...
Improvised weapon, then.
That. Yeah, plus 10 works, doesn't it?
Yes.
I'm not exactly going full out charging at the damn thing. That would be completely suicidal. That'll do.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. And we're going to resist this with its sort of innate toughness. Okay. Not only do you whack it, and yeah, okay, it only deals 1 damage, no biggie, but it really didn't like that, as despite the fact you can't really make out any eyes, there is still a hissing motion made, and you do see it reeling back slightly from the fire. Now, gentlemen, I will ask Jerabada, Lothar, and Henrik to please roll me an average cool test.
We should have advantage for what we've done, shouldn't we?
Wow.
Yeah, sure. Fail. Someone failed.
Not on that.
Oh, Jesus. 94?
Oh, is it not counting
Damn.
as we're in combat?
No, that's 94, that's fine. Is that, what's your call? Is it like 60 something?
64.
Fair play. I would say probably advantage wouldn't count, but it doesn't matter because you're all absolutely fine. Okay, I will do a roll for your villagers as well. 35, 45, 50. Okay. And your guard. Okay, guard. Lothar, can you roll me a d10, please?
No, because I've got
Try again.
thing. Yeah,
This time with more feelings.
there you go. Once more with feeling.
Okay. Okay, the guard continue to try to help some of the villagers to escape by, well, doing a athletics roll. They're getting a bonus because there's loads of them, and unfortunately they suck. So you see a few of the guard trying to jump and jive and try to reach for some of these people that are mostly cowering on the floor, not with a lot of luck. The villagers in response are going to roll 2 dodge rolls.
Holy hell.
Okay. Few extra.
Silly little buggers.
Yeah. Few extra. Managed to make it out. I'd say 2/3 have likely escaped. The rest are either dead or hiding on the floor. And the WTF, you wanted its attention, Lothar. You can have it.
Fantastic.
We are going to go for I will give you a bonus of an extra 10 to defend.
Okay,
So
that's 20 with my modifier, with my advantage.
And it doesn't have any advantage anymore.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh, never mind.
Ow.
Yeah. And that was a dodge. That was a very good idea because it's big. So that is +5 versus +6. Hey, you successfully dodge out the way of this thing. Dang. Well done. You're alive. And following from that, because it's not really pissed off at anyone else right now, it's going to have a little free tickle of a few villagers against a passive dodge of...
Oh.
Okay. It has the better time. Okay, so a couple of them jump out of the way of its tail as it goes swiping past. But one of them is perhaps a little bit more sluggish, and its right arm comes slamming down, just catching one by the hamstring, tearing it open, him falling to the floor, and I'd say in a puff of blood, disappearing. Jerebidur, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to save some more folks if I can, and as I do, I'd also like to exclaim, Lothar, you're our strategist, right? What are we doing? We fighting this thing, or are we getting the heck out of Dodge? And he can either answer now or on his turn.
Sure. We'll come back to Lothar's answer on his turn.
Sure. What should I roll?
Athletics for me, please.
Okay.
Challenging.
Okay.
It is attacking Lothar. I'll give you a +10 after the fact, so you can have a +3. So 3 of them are very glad to be brought to their feet and taken out of the fight.
Run for your lives.
You can hear Ryan shouting, "That way! Keep running! More that way! He's trying to herd people in the right direction, not having that much luck. Henrik, you're up.
I'm going to run past them, sort of up this way towards the group, and then stop and then shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's giving me the plus. I would have plus 40 now, wouldn't I? Because I should have advantage plus the original 30.
It's so you got your one advantage. You'll have your 30, 40. Yeah, sure. So it would have been more like 60, but then stuff and things, combat. So 40. Sure.
The group's still there, so yeah.
Still trying not to hit anyone.
Boom.
Okay. Another arrow goes in. Poing. Landing straight in that shoulder that has just pierced through one of the villagers. It screeches, it roars, and looks toward you. You gain another advantage, though. Well done. Lazarus.
I'm gonna shoot, and then I'm gonna continue running.
Shoot and run. I don't blame you. Apparently terror's not that terrifying anymore. Okay, still a hit. Still some damage. And, I mean, it is being tickled slowly. Your arrow lands in its hide. Clearly very thick, as there is a very subdued response to this. But it still flinches. Lothar, you're up.
Yell back to Jebediah, just get the people out of here, I'll keep this thing distracted. And then I am going to do possibly the most suicidal thing I can do and attempt to pray.
Okay.
That always goes well.
Sure. Sure. Death, yeah, sure.
Mimidia,
death or cake, I'll take death, please.
Yeah, basically.
Lothar prays, the world explodes.
Gonna give it a try.
Huzzah!
Oh, holy shit.
Huzzah!
She likes the abuse.
Wow. Okay, so in your hour of need, it seems that Lady Mama Midia is paying attention for a change.
Yeah, and not trying to smite me.
2 out of 3 extensions. So is that an extra fortune? I forget Blessing of Fortune.
Effectively, yes.
Effectively, yes.
When I re-roll, I can't then re-roll after that. But yeah, I can re-roll a failed test.
Okay. And you can extend it to 2 people, if I believe?
Yes, I can. In fact, I can extend it to 3 with the amount I got.
Sure. Who are you giving re-rolls to? It can be NPCs
Jebediah.
as well, or PCs. It's completely up to you.
I'd say Jebediah,
Yep.
and whichever of the guards is doing the most work.
Okay, whichever guard's about to be hit. Sure. So Jebediah, guard, yourself? That's all?
Yes.
Sounds good to me. Okay. I like this.
When manually add fortune or something now?
No.
Just consider yourself as having an extra reroll. So, just remember for now. Remember, the Road Warden are... That reminds me. Lothar, Jebediah, can you roll me, not including advantage, a cool test, please? So reduce modifiers to 0. Average cool test, however. This is for your guard. Okay, and this is for the villagers. Everyone is pretty damn cool. I like it. So, guard are now going to... Yeah, they're still going to try and help people get out.
That's what I wanted them to do. Oh.
Would you like them to use their reroll?
No.
Okay. I will allow you the mystical hand wave of do they reroll or not. Okay, villagers are going to roll a dodge. I'll do 2 in total. Not so good. And this very large WTF monster is going to... So what does bounce do? Oh, okay, it can just... Oh, I forgot it has distracting. Boink.
It would be fairly distracting, yes.
Yeah. Anyone within 20 yards, so... There you go. Both of you are distracted. Effectively, that's -20 to all tests while you're close to it. Just as a heads up. Yeah, it's just simply -20 to all tests. Okay, worth noting. No one's damaged it. You do have a torch. I'm just going to roll random. So I'm going to do 1d4. 1 is Jebediah, 2 is the Road Warden, 3 are the villagers, and 4 is Lothar. Okay. Road Warden, standard. Well, they're not Road Warden, they're guard. It's going to do a nom. We might want to use that reroll now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna dodge, I guess. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh shit! They got +4 to beat. Do you want to?
Yeah, go for the reroll.
Yeah.
Although law of rerolls, it gets worse.
Yeah, that's 75.
Yeah.
Okay, -4. So that's basically, yeah, that's going to be doink. One of the guard is just absolutely ruffle stomped. Now we have a nom. We're going to do a free attack with tongue. This is ranged attack. It is point blank though. So, okay, well this will be interesting. It's gonna be hard to dodge, so good luck.
Against who?
You, Lothar.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'll reroll that.
Okay. I mean, you
Didn't need to use my fortune
could be a
point.
+5. It's going to be hard. It's only 5 down. Why does that not... Bear with me a second. Does it say does damage? It should do damage, yes. Tongue attack did not do damage. Okay, bear with me a second while I figure out what the hell this does. This is a ranged attack that does damage equal to its rating, the range in brackets. If the target hits, it receives 1 entangled condition and is of smaller size. Okay, basically, Lothar, this tongue not only slaps you, but also draws you towards its mouth. You have 1 entangled condition, and it is currently... Ugh, that's kind of spoopy. Damage-wise, it would be 5 and 4. Sorry, I'm just doing the maths. SL of... It's not a massive amount of damage, actually. It's going to end up like 1 point of damage will get through, even with its large bonus damage. It also has that as well. Okay, it's a little bit more because it is 2 sizes larger. It has Impale. Oh, it is only 2 sizes. Ignore me. You're fine. You're fine, but you're entangled and in its mouth.
You have an odd definition of fine.
Well, you're not dead yet. You're fine. Jebediah, Lothar is currently being pulled towards this creature's mouth.
Is there anything I can do to free him, or maybe slash the tendrils or whatever is holding him?
You could certainly try. That would probably be a thing. Stepping in between and slashing this tongue in half. That would be an option.
Can I do that like as a charge or something, or?
Yeah, sure. You've only been helping people up until now, so you're not technically engaged with this creature, so...
Okay.
You can go ahead and roll me a... Well, just roll me an attack. You'll get your charging bonus, so you can tick that charging box.
It says advantage 1. Shouldn't that be a 0?
You get your 1 for charging. Congratulations.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You also get plus 10 because it's big, and we'll add that on later. Okay, that may just save you. And num. What's it going to do to oppose? It is going to do a...
Let our strategist go.
It's going to fling its tail at you as you are walking around to try to intervene, and it does have an insanely good target right now. 3. Okay, what was yours? 3v3? If you used a fortune, you would win. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'll do that then. What do I do to do
Free
that?
GM tips. You can just right-click yours and say, use fortune to add +1 SL.
Oh, actually, can I just mark off that 1 reroll I got from that prayer instead?
For the sake of making my life easier, sure.
Okay.
Even if it's not in the rules, I don't care. It is now. It is in Hydraland. As you charge in, slash this creature's tongue off, and Lothar, can you roll me 1d10, please? Okay. And I'm just looking at your lovely jubbly. Wrapped around your body, Lothar, this tongue slackens as it is slashed in two, but spewing blood all over you. It begins to hiss and burn on your armour. Unfortunately, this does take into account armour and toughness, so only deals 1 point of damage, he says. Jebediah, having ducked under the tail and narrowly managed to swipe this creature's tongue off, its head and posture are very much lent toward you.
Oh dear.
Ryan is going to approach and he'll swing at this, but while I do rolls for him, Henrik, what are you doing?
I'm just going to fire another arrow, see if I can distract it from doing anything to them.
Okay.
It says I've got a modifier of... So I've got my advantage of 2, but it's put the 40 back on, but that should be 10 less, should it?
Let's go for 50 this time.
Yeah. That'll do.
That'll do. That'll do. That's a reasonable chunk of damage. Okay. If you could see how much health it has and how much damage it doesn't really care too much about these arrows, but you are damaging it. In terms of health bars, you've taken off about 1/6. So that's just with your arrows thus far. So you are getting there. You are getting there.
It's purely for the fact of just trying to make it feel it.
Yeah. No. It is. It's just had its tongue cut off, but it is definitely pissed off at you, and you have stripped its advantage a couple of times, which is incredibly helpful. Stabbing it in the butt is a spear, and that should be. It is stabbing him from behind, so let's just roll some random shit here. No. Ryan charges it with his spear, but struggles to find his mark. Lazarus, you are up.
Am I still in range to shoot?
Yes, it'll be an average shot by now, as you are slightly further away.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say... Oh, okay. No. Oh, apparently... Wow, fucking bows. Why is that? Wow. Let me just double check what's going on there, because...
Probably still got the plus 40 because the large creature.
Yeah. Oh, it is large as well. 20, 30.
Setting average plus advantage.
I see. I see. Okay.
That's
Yes.
why I had to strip 10 off mine, but I ran mine as
No.
not-
It's fine. You hit, you deal damage, and boink. Oh,
It's a -1.
oh, it's a -1. Oh, my mistake. Oh, it's because it was a 96. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's the rules for +100. Fucking D100 rules. Lothar, you're up.
Am I still tangled up in this tongue?
You have it wrapped around you, but it has slackened off.
Can I...
So, yeah.
I'm guessing I'm on the floor at this point after being dropped from its mouth.
I will say... Sure.
So I'm just going to try and stab up to its face, since it's close by.
Stab in the mouth. I like it.
Yep.
Stab away.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how he does in response. Don't roll a crit. Oh dear. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Sure.
Your melee weapon jars badly or ranged weapon malfunctions. Your weapon suffers 1 damage. Okay, so what on this creature, as you are stabbing it in the mouth with its spear, do you think you damage? Or how does it damage itself?
Well, I would say it bites its tongue, but it hasn't got one.
It's got a bit of tongue left, it's just not as long as it used to be.
Maybe it flails with its arm and manages to scratch down the side of its own face.
I think so. I mean, you're very close to it, so likely trying to get the spear out of the way, it sort of swipes to try and push it aside. And perhaps not realising the length of its own claws, cleaves a portion of its cheek open in front of you. And that is a little bit of damage done. And in response, we're going to have... Now, this isn't in the book, but I prefer the rule... Lothar, you are the one that hit it, so it's facing you, so I'm going to ask you to make me an average dodge roll, please. Challenging, sorry. My mistake. This is to stab it and avoid the squirt of blood that comes out. You know this blood hisses. You've seen creatures with hissy blood before. You dodge to the side. It lands on the floor. You are fine. Well done, gentlemen. Now I am going to ask for an average cool test for both of you, which will also have a -20 modifier because you're both distracted by how absolutely hideously ugly and terrible this is. So might just call it a challenging cool test, please. Jebediah and Lothar. And Ryan.
And I have 1 advantage, so it's saying -10 should be correct, right?
If you've advantage won't count for this, so...
Oh, okay, so I'll manually
just
make it -20. Cool.
Yeah, we're at -20 because of its distracting.
Done.
Yeah, so it's average but -20, so you could just roll challenging.
Cool.
Oh, I rolled that with -20.
It's fine. You're both
Challenging
apparently still chads. Right. Oh dear. Okay. Jebediah, can you roll me a d10, please?
Sure.
Seven. I'm gonna flip a coin. 1, that's not a coin. Heads is Lothar. Okay. Rather strangely, Lothar, Ryan comes in and tries to stab this creature, and he turns to you and in a rather aggressive and mean-spirited way insult your spear handling technique. Asking if it is the first time you've ever held one. Gentlemen, I'll allow you a moment to converse. I need a beer before you all die, so I'll be right back.
Jabberslythe that's talking to you? Is that what I'm getting?
No, Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan's talking to Lothar.
Oh, Ryan's.
Yeah.
Ryan's about to be a casualty regardless of the outcome of this. Oh look, the Jabberslythe got him.
Repeatedly with a spear that looks very much like mine.
Well, he's got a big pointy tail, it's close enough.
Well, why'd you stab him 37 times?
I mean, to be fair, he's just insulted
To
your
get the
spear
points
handling as
across.
you've... Oh. To be fair, you've just stuck the sort of spear in its face and made it cut his cheek open. He missed its arse.
Yeah, he's on his feet. I got tongued, damn it. I'm just really glad that I haven't been poisoned by it.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm going to have another antidote.
How many arrows have you guys got left? Just out of interest.
I think I've shot 3 or 4 out of 12, I think. Let me have a look.
I have 7 left.
You have 7.
arrows.
Cool. So we've got a fair few rounds before we have to panic
I've
about
got-
gaining advantage in
I've-
murdering us.
I've got 9.
Ah, fantastic. Keep stripping me.
Oh, by the way, the poison that the Jabberslythe is using is hard kill.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
But we won't know that in game, obviously.
All right,
Oh,
gentlemen.
I would.
Add that to the list of problems.
Yeah.
So, any dramatic conclusions?
We all gonna die.
I think Lothar's going to kill Ryan before this is over, and that's what's going to happen.
Fair enough. You insult one man's shaft. That'll.
It's a stabbing.
That's a stabberlin. Okay, Road Warden. Oh, they didn't roll their doodahs. And villagers. Okay, and villagers. Let me just try and remember what that was. Okay, the villagers here all hide on the ground, and there's probably only about 5 or 6 of them left, but they are all just cowering, hands over their heads and, like, literally sitting ducks. The very large WTF is looking at you, Jerbda.
Alright.
Seeing as you've done whacked it on the tongue. And I think it is safe to say it will go for a bite. Not bad.
Here, I'll do a dodge. I think this is what we talked about, where it's so large it wouldn't be able to
Dodging
carry
is
it, right?
preferable because any melee test will be at -40.
Okay. Yeah.
Parrying
Minus
something this
20.
big is... Yeah, so it would be -60 to try and parry this. I wonder if it applies distracting afterwards. I don't know.
Do I need to manually change the modifier to -20 each time?
I have no idea. Leave it for now because I don't think anyone else has, but
Okay.
I did click apply distracting to both of you, so let's see if it does it afterwards.
Okay.
I've just had it steadily applied ever since. So.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I
That's
will
probably a reroll.
Reroll that, yep.
Make it a 90. Don't make it a 90.
Please.
Why did you say such things? I mean, you do have a +3 to beat. So, Jerbada, corruption reroll. You've got to have an incredible roll to pass this. You could roll a.
The worse my roll, the more damage I take, though, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I'll do a corruption reroll. What do I need to click on my page?
You can just right-click your roll and click Take a Dark Deal +1 corruption.
Gotcha. It'll manually add the corruption.
Yep.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, I'll do it all for you.
I'll roll one on.
That's better than a 98.
It's better. Let's go
Have to
for.
do.
Let's go for a change of music just to mix it up. Okay, so we've got that. Now, why is that not calculating damage? So it's 12 damage. I'd very much like to...
My max health.
Let me try doing this one more time. So I'm going to target you, bite, and I'll just add in the rolls manually. So that will go for 31. And then can you roll me another dodge test and I'll edit it to say 68?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to see why this is...
Oh, there's that good roll.
Standard. Yeah, well, yeah.
32.
Kadonk. That is going to be you knocked out with 1 critical.
You can ignore the critical for resolve.
Can I?
No. You can use a fate to ignore the hit entirely. The resolve can... It can remove a condition, but first you need to actually... a critical is not a condition, so if you get a condition from a critical, you can remove it. But you, sir, have a crushed elbow. A minor broken bone injury. So a fate point would mitigate that hit entirely. Or you can just use a resolve to stand up again, gaining 1 wound, and fight on with a broken bone.
Not very experienced. What does everybody recommend on this?
So the fate point, if you remember, does that ignore all of it, including the critical, like it never happened?
Yeah, exactly. You would just never hit.
So 1 fate point, it means that you'll be down one fortune point until you regain a fate point by doing something amazing, but you get to ignore the hit completely.
Okay, I'm assuming that's a pretty good idea then.
How many fate points have you got?
It's only a broken bone.
Or you can use the resolve, get up with 1 HP, and run away.
You only fight with a one-handed weapon. Hang on, which bone did it hit? Your left arm. Okay, well, I'll assume Jebediah's right-handed because there's like a 9 out of 10 chance. So it would be -20 to tests involving your left hand for the remainder of the campaign, which would be next week. But
yeah. So you say with what was that? Graham said about the resolve point to
that you can use a resolve to stand up again because currently you've been kind of knocked out. So you can use a resolve to stand up and try and get out of there. Keeping your fate point for later. But for the next session, you'll have a broken bone, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I'll try that then.
We'll try that. So the only difficulty now will be getting out of combat, but we'll come back to that. I'll give you 1 hit point, which is what your resolve gives you. So you're going to be stood up. Congratulations on your crushed elbow. I'll just add that to you.
I went ahead and right-clicked my resolve to take it down to 2.
And it did hit you, so we're going to go 1 for the guard, 2 for the villagers, 3 for Lothar. We have 1 more swing to make.
Oh, good God, somebody's dead.
Yeah, I mean, that's fairly safe to say. That is a spike. Oh, I mean, that was a good effort.
That was a damn good draw.
That was a good effort. Now, leaping and sprinting to the side, one of the guards, as fast as he can, tries to get out of the way of the tail. And instead of being struck in the centre of the back, the stinger goes straight through his bum. He nearly dodged out the way. Not far enough. You do still have guard left. We're just, for the sake of this, some of them are off helping the others. Yes. Jebediah, you have just got up and stood up. You don't have any advantage, so you can't guarantee leaving combat. You have a couple of choices. You could perhaps dodge and then run like hell if you succeed. Or I have no idea. Or you could try and hit it, gain advantage and then run. I don't know if that would help.
Oh, because I'm already in melee, so I get to move and I get to attack. So okay, yeah, that would actually make. So even if I miss, I could still technically. Yeah, I may as well try to hit it.
You could try and hit it. If you do hit it, you would gain advantage, and then you could run away. I think.
Yeah.
Let's
Turn your disadvantage.
Let's try that. Yeah, I mean, you don't have great odds right now because he's on 2 advantage after just murdering and eating people, but I believe in you, and you could always use a resilience to roll a natural 11, which would kind of help. So yeah, target him, roll away. Let's see what you can do.
All right.
And he is large and such. Oh dear. So that's not what you wanted.
Okay.
And that's got a +2 to beat.
You'd have to roll a 1 to get a +2 to even match it.
You could use one of your resilience points to edit that to a natural 11 to critical hit it.
Oh, really?
And a success, yeah, if you wish.
Yeah, I'll do that. Just right-click my resilience, take it down to 2.
So what we do then is we edit this to a natural 11. And that is a crit in the head as well, which is the best type. Traumatic injury. So it does get a bleeding condition too. Oh dear.
Now I'd like to try to run like hell.
Yes. First you need to make a dodge roll for me.
Dodge, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Dodge.
Oh.
Does he do that even though he's burning advantage to do it?
Yeah.
Or do you not get the advantage?
He's got his advantage.
So couldn't you burn the advantage to run away for free?
Yes, but this is to dodge to avoid getting covered in blood from hitting it.
Okay. And,
yes, this is not to get out of combat. This is to not get covered in sticky ectoplasm that's going to knock you out again.
And just to make sure this is a -30 modifier, is that right?
Strip it back to +10.
+10? Okay.
Yeah.
Did that poison Jebediah as well?
Yes.
Then
it would be -10.
There we go.
But that's still enough. Even with that and the distracting, 50, 40, 30, 22. 22 was your target, actually, after all of those things, after distracting as well. So, but that is enough, just barely, to get out of there. Wherever you were hit is throbbing like hell right now. And itching properly.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, shout away.
Lothar, I'm sorry. He messed me up something real fierce. I gotta get out of here. You do the same. And take off.
And on that note, Ryan is going to make a cool test.
Oh dear.
While in combat, he steps around. And we are going to make... This is hilarious. Could you make me a weapon skill roll, please, Lothar? Just a weapon skill.
Yep. Any particular weapon skill?
Just flat weapon skill.
Oh, right. And am I still at the -20 because of the Jabba slide distracting, I guess?
He didn't roll it, so ignore the -20. He would have been -22, but we'll just...
Oh my god, what are you doing?
Well, before you re-roll... Before you I'll allow you this back. He circles round the Jabba Slithe and says to you, "Let me show you how it's done." And uses the sort of the butt of the spear to just push you out the way to sort of intercept between you and the beast. Effectively, he disengages you so he can fight it.
Fair enough.
So, assuming you're happy about that, which, I don't know, maybe you're not. That's Lothar's thinking face. That is the right... Yep. Your token's expression is the right thing right now. Like, you push me. Damn Tarlite. Okay, well, oh, actually, we could have. Yes, I think you've been having entangled negatives. That might have been. Oh, D100 systems. Henrik, what's up, bud? It's your go.
Shaking the tumble.
Are you still running, Henrik?
No, I stopped to shoot at it.
You've stopped and shooting. Yeah. From a relatively safe distance. We won't go on too late. Don't worry. It'll be like 5-10 minutes.
That's fine. However, my next action will be my last action because I'm going to shout to Lothar as I pull my bow. Run! It's time to go. Ryan, get out of there. And then I'm going to. I should still be at plus 50 because I don't get any more advantage than 3. And no, I'm not. I should be at 60. That's correct. 3 advantage. And I shoot again.
Ooh, tasty.
And I shoot that little bitch down.
You do indeed. And you piss it off. You royally piss it off. Lazarus, you're still running?
And then
over to you,
actually going to... I've taken the shot, hit it, and then that's it. I'm done. I'm running.
You are running. I assume you catch up with Lazarus and the crowd at that point, who was... I believe you were running too, Lazarus? In between shots?
I was doing guerrilla warfare.
Okay. I will say I'll give you the choice. What would you like to do?
I'd like to continue shooting and running.
Okay. I'll say you can just make out the faintest of the silhouettes of this figure as it's fighting the others. Because this is a dark, misty night. So, something I should have said earlier, but hey, variables. So, yeah, just roll an average attack. One more arrow goes over into it. Boing. That's a decent chunk. Okay, straight in the side of the head.
Nice, nice.
Very tasty. And Lothar?
I'm guessing pretty much everyone that can be saved from down here has been.
The remaining 5 are all cowering, or were. But it depends what you would like to do here.
Well, since he's so valiantly dived in, say, I'll protect you, brother, and I am fucking off.
Okay. Was that a blessing? Would you go so far as giving him a blessing before you let him die? Or, because he insulted your shaft, are we saying, fuck you, Tarlight?
Could turn it into a blessing, I suppose.
I'm just thinking it could be, or you could use your full action to sprint instead.
Oh, I'm not particularly worried about necessarily catching up to them.
Okay, so if you're doing a jog, you've got an action as well, really. So you could ready an action, or you could pray.
See if that will work.
I'm just trying to trigger Wrath of the Gods here, but you know,
Close.
Yeah, not quite.
Nah, it was more my encouragement then.
Yeah, Mamidia thought about it, but he did insult Spears.
Indeed.
So
Hey, she blessed me once and she didn't smite me. That's fucking a win in my book.
we kind of need to know John's fate here.
I'm interested. Am I going to find like Jebediah lying in the middle of the road as I run along because he's poisoned?
Fortunately. Yes. You suffer 1 damage at the end of each round. I'll give you a choice, Jebediah. It would be another resolve to shake off the poison condition, or you can run a fair distance and collapse. You won't die, you'll just be collapsed. Up to you.
Is resolve something that comes back?
Not easily. You won't have it back by next session, I'd safely say.
I guess I got 1 wound. I'll go with the collapse at this point.
In that case, you are correct, Lothar. You find a Jebediah who is on the floor.
Just kind of muttering in my sleepy haze. Like,
Reckon tails
Fucking
and...
time for a lie down, old man. I'm just gonna grab him and drag him.
Still prouder than my wife.
Yeah.
Right. I need a maddening aura result. What's number 8? Huh, there you go. Turns out he now hates this thing. And let's do a couple of rolls just to see. I'll do one roll to see what happens between Ryan and the Jabberslithe. Just to summarise it. So here's Ryan.
Oh well, sweet prince. Oh wow.
Okay. And the Jabberslithe is gonna have... Oh, we'll go for... Yes. I think Ryan... Okay.
It targeted itself in its confusion.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so the last thing you see, Lothar, as you are sprinting away, is Ryan with a spear just stabbing it under the jaw repeatedly, getting doused in a fair bit of blood doing so. Screams at you to run, and his parting words are that you should probably learn how to use a spear for next time. I'm sorry for being a dick, but he rolled animosity towards you, so that is your parting gift from him. Learn to use a spear, noob. And
yeah, it's your fault.
So he will keep. I'll say you guys are probably half an hour from the river, and the remainder of your journey is uninterrupted. Did Ryan kill it? Did he just get fed to it? It's hard to tell. But you come to a river in front of you. Now the question is, how the hell are you going to cross it? We will figure that out next time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by. Well done, players. A few wounds taken. Mainly by Jebediah. Yeah, not by Henrik and Lazarus, the arrow slingers. We'll get them. We'll get them with flying harpies next session. Ranged characters, they think they're safe. They think they're safe. Today was very much an anti-melee day, but yeah, I mean, it's a good.
Jabberslithe will do that to you.
Good job. I forgot about the distracting quality for so long, because that -20 would have really hurt.
It did hurt.
Well, yes, it did. It's got a good weapon skill, and that. And to answer a question in chat we got a while ago, no, I don't use the outnumbering against large creatures because I find it just kills them too quickly. Although, to be fair, it probably, you guys probably could have done okay with that. I don't think it would have hurt. Anyway, well done. Well done. You did good. Any closing thoughts from players?
Ouch.
Yeah, no, and that's appropriate. We
still saved some lives, though.
Yep, yeah, we did.
I will say you easily saved 2/3, not factoring in those that were picked off. 66%, slightly less, give or take a little bit.
If it's out of 100,
50-ish. It was out of 85.
Little above, yeah, 50.
50.
Let's say you got 50 dudes. 50 dudes. Some of them are female dudes, and some of them are child dudes.
Like I said, children died first.
You got grandma dudes as well. There's a gender-neutral term, so it's okay.
Wow. Also, I got a spot of shit on me. That was fun.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, well done for surviving. Next Monday will be season finale part 1, and next Friday will be season finale part 2. They will be occurring simultaneously, so they will be independent but dependent on each other all the same. We will find out what happens. And Henrik,
The next time on Dragon Ball Z.
one terrifying thing you remember of this creature you fought? I like that little crescendo in the music.
Oh, yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
It's a shame you ruined it by saying that.
That creature. So foul. Eyes like that of an insect. The weirdest thing about it? It had no eyelids. Inside joke. Ladies and gentlemen, see you next time.
Bye.